Guys, before you go on to this clip, please don't forget to press the subscribe button for more content like this. We post all our clips on this channel from the podcast. I know you're going to enjoy this quite a lot. In my view, and I always saw it as that, even though, so 2008, I'm in 8th grade, which is all of 12. Right. And then 2011, when the ombudsman, this, what is the Hindi word for that?
Lokpal.
When this Lokpal thing starts happening, I'm in 11th grade, which is only 15. So I'm a young boy around that time. And my view was that, I don't know if you remember Rang De Basanti as a movie. The whole movie's premise seemed to be this sort of protest against ongoing corruption-based issues that existed in the time. कि उसका बाप ही उसके दोस्त को मरवा देता है, उसका बाप ही इतना बड़ा चोर है, वो डिफेंस गवर्नमेंट में अनुपम खेर plays that role. I think he's Siddharth's right father.
Sohali Khan's fiance.
So Sohali Khan's fiance is Madhavan, who dies in the plane crash. And so Madhavan's very good friend is Siddharth, who's the South Indian actor, whose father is Anupam Kher.
I know Siddharth, yeah.
Right. You know Siddharth, right. And so all of this happens and I remember there is this sitting outside the India Gate scene where, eventually the police comes and starts beating these people up, and it was very representative of that time. Like this is, I think, Rang De Basanti is what year?
2008, 9 hoga.
Right, like around this time. And so corruption was a very big issue.
2006. Yeah. Okay.
Corruption was a huge, massive issue, I remember. And with 2011, Lokpal, Anna Hazare, Arvind Kejriwal, all of that happening, I thought that brought down the Congress regime massively.
Completely.
Is that true?
Completely. The Congress didn't know how to react to it. मुझे ये बोल देते मैं अन्ना हजारे से जीत
भाई एंटी एजिंग करवा देते अन्ना हजारे को फास्टिंग में
एंटी एजिंग completely. By the way, I have to tell your viewers, this Anna Hazare chap, Anna Hazare ji, in my village, he in his village not only enforced prohibition, because Maharashtra is not a dry state, he enforced it. People who would drink were tied to a pole and beaten up.
Very Gandhian.
Yeah, very Gandhian. And he was called a second. And I'm not making this up. And I'll send you. No, it won't fall. And I'll send you the images of the journalists. And I'll tell you, the Congress completely misread Anna Hazare ji. One day I was passing by the Prime Minister's house, then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh ji's house. I think this is 2011. This is prior to when the protest started. Prior to the World Cup, India won. India won in March. I'm talking about Jan or Feb. I remember it was winter. And while I was passing by, I saw these journalists opposite the Prime Minister's house waiting for the thing. So I stopped, and most of the journalists were friends, and I said, what's happened today? Cold winter night, you're waiting here. They said, somebody from Pune is meeting the Prime Minister. I said, who? They said, Anna Hazare. He's the Gandhian of India. And I was like, Anna Hazare? I was like, okay. I'm like, why is the Prime Minister meeting Anna Hazare? Like, we knew. Anna Hazare ji was not an intellectual... Gandhi, you can agree, disagree. Gandhi had a point of view. Anna Hazare ji didn't have too much of a point of view. He was very
walk in the middle of the road.
No, not in that's fine. He was just very, what can I say? You just say things that he would be told to say, or except he believed, and he would then just go on this fast, and he would think it's his way or the highway. And really nothing of his fast had been very successful in Maharashtra until he came to Delhi. Those around Anna Hazare ji, whether it was Arvind Kejriwal ji, Manish Sisodia ji, Kumar Vishwas ji, the others who now joined the BJP, so some went up, some went to BJP. Anupam Kher ji, etc., who are pro-BJP. The Lokpal, that's the basis of it, was so draconian. If that Lokpal would have come in, we would no longer be a democracy. That Lokpal mandated even Supreme Court judges come under the Lokpal, even the Prime Minister.
And so the Lokpal would have supreme authority.
Without being elected. Can you imagine how draconian that was?
That's very counterintuitive as a thought.
And don't believe me. I'm asking your viewers, Google what that original Lokpal draft was. That's the one. They were not ready to negotiate.
And so this came from a very moralistic place in Anna Hazare that...
People should not drink, whip people up who drank. It's crazy.
So it's this idea that my morality supreme hai or that should be enforced.
Absolutely. And this thing that everybody else is a chore, including Advani ji, everyone is a chore, everyone is this. Look, I'm not saying that we don't have a problem in Indian politics. Even today we do. Even with the Congress, even with the BJP. We have a massive problem.
You think there's still a corruption problem?
Oh, you think BJP is not corrupt?
But it's
BJP is massively corrupt. Massively.
Let's get to it. Tell me about it.
BJP is massively corrupt. वो सब ED 95% ही आ जाती है. Okay, so for your viewers. Chakki Pisawing Ajit Pawar ji and Chhagan Bhujbal ji, who Devendra Fadnavis ji was going to Chakki Pisaw, and now is with the BJP because they're in an alliance. Chhagan Bhujbal's ED case is closed. Guess why?
Why?
ED lost the file. Now, if Chhagan Bhujbal ji comes back on our side, which is the side I want to, the file will be found. BJP just doesn't even pretend to solve the problem. It just brazens it out. Congress, I think, got scared of the media pressure. This is my analysis. And they started reacting and taking everybody's resignations. BJP gives nobody's resignation. Did Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh resign after what he did with the wrestlers? BJP is absolute no resignation. They think you'll fight. Ultimately, you'll get tired and you'll go away. The Congress caved in. One of the resignations which I completely opposed in the Congress was Ashwini Kumarji, the then law minister. There was a file that had to go to the CBI, to the Supreme Court on the CBI. He's law minister of the country. His goddamn department is going to represent the CBI in the Supreme Court. As law minister, he saw it. On that, he resigned. He resigned because he saw a file as a law minister that the law ministry was going to represent in the Supreme Court.
And so, how's that bad? Like, I'm probably not sophisticated enough to follow.
You're studying law.
Right.
What are you going to do as a lawyer? You're going to read your brief.
Right.
If you have a law minister, you will give him the brief. The law ministry will file for the government.
Right.
Will fight the case. So if you were tomorrow, say tomorrow, hypothetically, I'm prime minister. You're the prosecutor. You're the AG in my government. And there's a law minister, and you're representing me. Won't you go to my law minister and tell what you're going to say? Won't
Right.
Isn't that the basics of democracy? And the file went to the law minister. And he was explained what the CBI stand is going to be.
Right.
Because the Supreme Court wanted to know the government stand on CBI. Isn't this as simple as it?
And so what could have Ashwini Kumar done?
Nothing. He just saw the file.
And he got scared?
No.
Then?
He accepted it. And he told, I saw the file. BJP said, you're seeing a file instead of Supreme Court seeing it. They made an issue and he resigned. Congress took his resignation.
So this just means like...
For something that was right.
So there has to be a morale loss to that extent within the Congress around that time then.
Congress was very scared of what the media did. They didn't know how to deal with the media. They caved in to the media pressure that time. They also, even then and even now, didn't have good communication on trying to say that these aren't scams.
On the opposite end, do you think, because why is the BJP not caving into media pressure?
Because the BJP is absolutely authoritarian. Most, they know that the media now cannot build up pressure because once they withstood the first wave of pressure and the media caved in, it's become that now media can do nothing. The BJP runs the most of the mainstream media the way it wants. Most of your prime time, 90% of the shows that I do, 95, are questioning the opposition. And that's the reality of the times you can. Every single day. These are the debates every single day where the opposition is being questioned. Now, I'm not saying opposition should not be questioned. I'm saying in the last 10 years, 95% of the shows that I've done has been questioning the opposition and I'm defending. Shouldn't the questions be to the government? Even if the opposition is wrong. That's basic democracy 101. So the BJP now today has complete vice-like grip on media, which is why they get a little scared of digital media and podcasters, etc. And they don't want to be on that side because there it's difficult to control. Therefore, I won't be surprised if regulations come in even there. And they're trying to bring in regulations.
For us, for podcasters?
For everything. They got in this digital bill. Kunal Kamra went to Bombay High Court. He got stay. Where they said the government will fact check. And if the government fact checks and your story is wrong, you have to remove it.
I have to remove it. So like if they find something that is questionable in this conversation. Yeah.
So now let's think of a simple digital journalist. He goes to a village in Uttar Pradesh or Maharashtra. Why put Uttar Pradesh bad everywhere? Maharashtra or Karnataka, Congress government. He says, look, the midday meal is not good. These are not good quality rotis. Kids are not being given rotis. They were promised 4 rotis. They're being given 2. I'm just giving a hypothetical.
Simplistic.
सरकार ने कहा नहीं 4 ही दिया, तुम गलत हो, आपको स्टोरी निकालनी होगी.
That's a very dangerous place to be.
Bombay High Court stayed it. Kunal Kamra went to court. And had he not gone, with Kapil Sibal, I was going in Supreme Court on this. So Kapil Sibal said, we'll go on this. Very dangerous. But Bombay High Court stayed it. Today, want to, through the back door, bring in these regulations. Now we've done this podcast, na?
Right.
They will tweet us, huh? No, Mr. Poonawalla is wrong. They're going to tweet us.
They're going to call me, remove this podcast.
Okay, so true story. You know, in my...
check this, no? Ye Kunal Kamra wala, please, yeah.
Yeah. Can I take another podcast name?
Yeah.
So Beer Biceps, I did a podcast. Okay, so here the
we love him, by the way, here.
I love him.
Yeah.
And love bro vibe, just like you. Fit, young, good-looking guy. Just like us.
Just like us 28-year-old.
28 years old. He's also 28.
Yeah, he's roughly the same.
We're all 28. We're all number one.
We don't age past 28.
Yeah, we are 28. We're just 28.
Right.
Period. So I'm making a very serious point with Ranveer.
Huh.
And I'm like, listen, the ISRO, we send the rocket to the southern part of the moon, the spacecraft, great, and that's fabulous. But ISRO, some of the people who worked on this ISRO project, scientists did not get paid. Fact was, some of the engineers who worked for a PSU did not get paid. But it was an ISRO project. This was factually acknowledged. The government started trolling me, all scientists got paid. Arey Baba, the point is not scientists. Point is somebody did not
get paid. Huh?
So they went after me saying, no, you are factually wrong. All the scientists got paid. Yeah, but the engineers who worked on the PSU did not get paid.
Right.
PSU is not government's responsibility. Excuse me. I thought PSU is run by government.
Right.
Taxpayers' money.
Right.
So when this comes out, they will come out and say, no, we didn't intend to do this. Mr. Poonawalla is making this up.
Yeah. I know Twitter can be the kind of place jahan pe arguments in spirit are just thrown to the gutter, and arguments in word, like the literal sort of sense is always taken, and then usko chheelte rehte hain log, and that is kind of unhelpful. But I had no idea that this is how far this goes.
Yeah. So they tweeted and all. Government tweeted, PIB tweeted saying that I have misled. The point was not that scientists didn't get paid and engineers. The point was somebody didn't get paid. And if you take credit for Chandrayaan 2, which we should, which is phenomenal, which credit to the Prime Minister. I'm saying it. Then those who didn't get paid or were late paid or went on a strike for 2 months should also be the government's responsibility. And I'm not blaming the Prime Minister personally for that. Obviously, the Prime Minister doesn't know somebody's got paid. Let's be practical, right? But if the government gets credit and so the Prime Minister, government should also take responsibility for a PSU.
Fair.
You can't be trolling me. Government can't be trolling because the balance of power is in favor of the government.
Right.
It's too strong a force.
Right.
Okay, मैं तो मुझे कोई
Individual
फर्क
हो,
नहीं. I'm thick skinned.
Right.
I'm rhino skinned. I don't get scared.
Right.
करो भाई troll. But that's not how it works.
Right.
And if you can be so sensitive on such a small issue on a podcast, imagine when this happens, what will happen to digital freedom? It'll go down the drain.
गाइज, अगर ये सुन के आपको भी लगा वाओ, मैं भी ऐसे सोचना चाहता हूँ, मैं सीखना चाहता हूँ ऐसे कैसे सोचते हैं, तो क्या करना है? सब्सक्राइब का बटन, सब्सक्राइब.